So this is about the concept. The microcontrollers come with a mixed set of GPIOs and mixed across the pins, the GPIO. So the concept of the minimal board is to have a minimal board fitting for the microcontroller, where there is pins for instance, already laid out for SPI, for UART, for I2C, for one wire, for some analog stuff. And so that these connectors going out here has a standard, a fixed standard from time to time. So it's easier to have different versions of a microcontroller, but still have the same connectors at the same place. And here you will use one long one, and you could maybe just on this minimal board, minimal footprint, hence the name, just use the UART, or just use the I2C, or just the one wire and the I2C, just either single for just a minimal setup of one or two sensors, one or two different connection standards, communication standards. So this is the idea. Sometimes you need more connectors for the one wire, for the I2C, or you need some analog, more than one analog, that you just need a more precise analog measurement than the MCU delivers and can provide on the minimal board. So there's an extension board that extends the minimal board with several more connectors for the one wired, several more connectors for the I2C, and an extra ADS 1115 for 4 channels of analog measurement. So that's the basic concept. It also gives the possibility to use the same extension board for another version that had a different pin layout, just with a minimal board that fits to the new version. So you don't have to redraw the connectors here, the wiring here in the middle for the microcontroller. You have this always the same as an extension board, but you just get a new minimal board that fits the version, or the microcontroller could be a different microcontroller even than the Heltec. Yeah, that's the basic concept between the two boards and microcontrollers. Making stuff easier, still having the same connectors down below. So you have the same setup on the button, despite maybe the MCU being a new version or a different MCU, etc. And the same here with the extension board. So it makes everything easier from time to time to make the same setup or copy of the setup with different versions of the same MCU or other MCUs. Basic concept.